What's up, YouTube? How you feeling, bro? Hold on, bro. The Foolio, Julio killers has been sentenced, but the youngest one is over here, and he taking the stand now. You feel me? I don't know why you should have did that during the case, nigga. You feel me? Once you got found guilty and shit already, I mean, is it really a point? You feel me?
One of Foolio's killers has broken down crying in court again, and this video is going to be one of the most emotional videos to come out of the Foolio 5 trial. Sean Gathright is begging for his life. His sister, his mother are begging for his life to be spared from the death penalty, while a former warden is saying that he's young and healthy and can easily work in the fields of Florida State Prison like this is some type of 1870s auction. This entire court case is crazy, and this kid at 20 years old is realizing everything he threw away after taking Foolio's life.
I'm not here to dispute anything. I'm just here to be a man and take responsibility and express my feelings. This is a terrible situation. It's been a traumatic experience.
After you and your friends inflict...
That ain't funny what I'm saying. Like, folks, should have did that during the case. You feel me? Like, come on, fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, fool.
That carnage, was it traumatic to you as you went back to the car with that AR-15? Was it still smoking? Was it still warm in your hands?
I just miss my brother.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Gathright, you have characterized your and your brother Sean's childhood.
He's someone that's young, he's healthy. In reality, we need that labor, we need that sweat equity, and we will put him out there to work. He will be assigned an inmate number, and when he dies and leaves in a body bag, he will still have that inmate number. An inmate serving life will never ever get out. There is no parole in the state of Florida, and they're not ever allowed outside the razor wire and the fence of a secure facility.
I was finna say, cause
quick pause.
Nope, nothing finna do it to me. But nah, though, I was finna say, who the fuck is that saying all that? You feel me? There ain't gotta be nobody on his team, cause who the fuck was that? Nigga, your ass doing life now, fool. You got found guilty, man. You feel me? The only thing you can really do right now, fool, he need a little freedom right now, you feel me? So he try to guess, redo his case or something. The only thing you can really do right now is like try to fuck your lawyer or something like that. This bitch right here with this hard ass jaw for all of that shit on the whole side of her face. But like, fool, you know what I'm saying? She not ain't ugly, she ain't ugly, but she ain't good. So might as well crush this one time, this case, just because, nigga. Feel me?
You get to make the decision whether or not to testify, okay? You can choose to remain silent, or you can take the stand, be sworn to tell the truth, and then tell the truth. It's my understanding from your counsel that you wish to testify. Is that correct?
So he's being given the chance to speak, to explain himself. He's going to take that opportunity, and he's going to hope for the best. Because again, he's already been found guilty, and there's only two options as to how this can play out. He's either going to receive a...
He's going to have to giving up on everybody and try to get 25 or something, 20. Just don't give me life. Don't give me the death penalty.
life sentence in Florida State Prison in which there is no parole. He's never coming home. Or he's going to be sentenced to death.
Mr. Gathright, you've heard people speak here today on your behalf and yesterday, and I know that you wanted to address the court and the jury. So I would like to ask you what you want the jury to know.
I just want to address the court today, and, I'm not here to dispute anything. I'm just here to be a man and take responsibility and express my feelings about this whole situation. That's what I plan on doing.
Okay. And How do you feel? What?
I feel very remorseful, you know.
He said remorseful. You know what that mean? Bro, you know, if y'all go back to the video of the killing, the death video or some shit, you know what I'm saying? He was in the SRT. Bro, dude with the AR, fool. Not saying that was you, but they trying to say that was you, fool. They trying to say that was you, fool. Allegedly, they trying to say that was you, fool. You know what I'm saying? You got close range to that nigga, Big 6, with the AR, probably a motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, 7.62, 5.56. Man, that nigga was already dead when they put him, man. Bro, they don't give deals for the killers, fool. I don't think so. That's what I heard, fool. If you was one of the killer on the case, I ain't gonna give you no deal, nigga. What? You know what I'm saying? So really, he trying to get. He want life. You don't want the death penalty. That's what you're trying to say.
It's a terrible situation. It's been a traumatic experience. You know.
Let me ask you this. So, how old were you when you were arrested?
I was 18 years old.
We heard that you had started some college. Obviously, probably didn't get very far, right?
Right.
What have you done since you've been in jail? Is there programs? Are there things that you can do there?
So, you know, I've gotten into programs. I've also, you know, I grew up, you know, in church and, you know, in a Christian household. So I refocused my, you know, life to Christ, and, you know, I've taken a lot of religious programs.
He's gonna make this shit try to sound as good as possible. He's got on a fucking turtleneck. He's talking about programs and listen, I've been in the jail that he's in. That was the jail that I was in when I got sentenced to prison, right? I don't remember any fucking programs or nothing like that. But it ain't like there's a big Bible study going on neither. You just have a couple people that crack open the Bible because they facing time and they're just trying to pray for the best. Those are the people that use the Bible to, you know, they use it like it's going to help them. It's going to give them some good luck. And this video, we're going to take a look at his life, his younger life. This kid wasn't raised bad. He wasn't in the hood. He was a gamer. He was... Just the direction his life went is insane. It's tragic. This kid was born in 2005, and at 18 decides to go kill one of the most famous drill rappers out of Jacksonville. And now at 20 years old, he's fighting for his life in the courtroom, and all he has to defend himself is a mic.
We're taking accountability. You felt remorseful. Tell us what you mean by that and what statement you want to make.
To the victim's family, you know, I want to send my deepest condolences, and my, you know, I understand that it's hard losing a child, a best friend, a brother, a cousin, and for that I just cannot say sorry enough. You know, I feel terrible about the situation, but I'm a firm believer that God can use anything for good that the devil wants it for bad. And so I am grateful for the people I've met, for the lessons that I've learned.
It sounds like he taking accountability of what he did, folks. So basically he's saying, I did what I did, you feel me? But I can't say nothing about it because I did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know how it feel to have anger and all type of shit, you feel me? Losing people, you know what I'm saying? But some of the people ain't feel like to really, they don't know how to feel about that because sometimes the niggas over there, they probably ain't never deal with what you was alleged in this case to, you know what I'm saying? What you did, what they trying to say you did, you know?
For just this experience in general, because it's one that I'll never forget, and it's gonna shape the rest of my life.
For you young dumb motherfuckers out there, they're asking him how he's gonna make the best out of his life sentence in Florida State Prison. Now, mind you, once you get a life sentence, it's not like they check up on you and see how you're doing, and if you fail the report card, they put you on death row. It doesn't work like that. He's just, and I'm gonna be honest, he's not doing a bad job. He's trying to make it seem like he still has something good to offer this world, which he may. I'm not denying that. But that's what this attempt is. This attempt is, please don't execute me by lethal injection. Please let me live life in Florida State Prison. And this is one of the saddest fucking things to have to watch and see a 20-year-old go through based off something that he stupidly decided to participate in.
I'm gonna try to, you know.
Yeah, like, I don't even understand, like, why he even doing this right now, you feel me? Because if you really felt like you want to do that shit, like I told you, man, you should have did it the first time while the first trial was going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you finally got guilty, you found guilty, you know, you probably thought you had this shit in the bag, like, I was not finna get charged. I'm finna go outside, pop more Don Julio bottles and shit. I really built this case, like, I really beat a fucking M, you know what I'm saying? A first degree M, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feel like Vaughn right now. Nah, don't worry about that, folks. Now you begging for not the needle. You know what I'm saying? Please don't kill me in this bitch. I don't want to
continue a humble life, a righteous life. You know, try to do the right things at all times, and you know, you're gonna be somewhere for the rest of your life. Why would you make your life a living hell?
This is his mother right here. Look at that tear rolling down her eye. This is his mom. Y'all want to keep participating in shit like this? This will be your mother. This might be one of the only people sitting there as you get sentenced, as you have to plead for your life, as you get found guilty. This is what your mother will go through if you decide to live this type of
That's what you going through. That's what you putting your mama through. You know what I'm saying?
Fucked up lifestyle. Where you want to kill somebody, brag about it, go to the club, pop bottles, buy the specific bottle named after the person you killed. Your mother's going to be sitting there crying because she knows it's over for you. You're hopeful because you're in that chair. But on that hard-ass wooden bench that she's sitting on, she knows it's over.
You would agree with me that Charles Jones was young too, wasn't he?
Relatively young, yes, sir.
26, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what the evidence showed us, correct? You were sitting here watching that, correct? The evidence that came in over the last several weeks?
I was right there.
Yeah. And you want to take accountability now, correct? You want to take accountability now that this jury has found you guilty, correct?
Yes, sir.
Weeks after we went through a trial. Is that your testimony?
The state ain't even playing with him. The state is coming at him like, oh, now you feel bad. Now you want to admit you did this shit after we just went through a whole trial. You could have admitted this from the start if you were so remorseful. But now that you've been found guilty, now you're a changed man. Now you're remorseful. Now you want to be a productive member, not in this society, in a prison society. You're going to be good in there. You couldn't be good out here when you had the whole world to explore. You couldn't be good. But you're going to be good in there, inside of a cage. He's calling him out.
And you saw the autopsy photos of Charles Jones. My question to you is, after you and your friends inflicted that carnage on June 23rd, and as you were running States 2059C, this is actually you running to shoot them, but when you were running past
Send me what you got so
Tesla,
far. If you have started.
were you feeling a lot of trauma at that point?
Today.
It was so long ago, I try to not remember anything from that night.
Were you remorseful as you were running back with that AR-15 in your hands?
Like I said, I try to remember nothing from that night.
Was it traumatic to you as you went back to the car with that AR-15? Was it still smoking? Was it still warm in your hands from firing it?
See, look at the shit they saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know why you did this. Like I'm saying, like, niggas gonna bring that shit up. Like, come on, fool. Alright, bro.
the state, he's coming in hot. You know, he asked him, have you seen Foolio's autopsy pictures? They showed him Foolio's dead body and asked him, after the carnage y'all caused, were you remorseful then? Was it traumatic then? When you were running with that AR-15, was it still smoking? Was it traumatic then? And they're stopping the state because of how graphic he's making it, but he's not wrong. I don't think he should be stopped for what he's saying, because you're painting a real picture. A vivid picture. He doesn't want to get executed. 20-year-old Sean Gathright does not want to get executed. But 26-year-old Foolio didn't want to get executed either. And he didn't have a choice. They made the decision for him. Mm-hmm. Now, Sean's mother is about to come up here, and she starts off...
I didn't know. I wouldn't even bring my mom over there for some shit like this neither. You're going to hear just a few little clips.
So we've heard a lot about Sean as a child. What do you want the jury to know about your son?
I'd like the jury to know that my son is a hardworking person, a hardworking young man. He's intelligent. He's driven. He has a wonderful work ethic. I want the jury to know that this is not, I believe what has been presented is not my son.
Yeah, I'm going to sustain the objection. Listen, I tell you what, I need the jury to step out momentarily, okay?
All right. Kick the jury out.
This is the second time they did this.
Okay, so, Ms. Lyle, I just want to first acknowledge that I recognize this is very stressful for you and scary. I do. But the jury has determined your son's guilt. That issue's been settled. And we're not going to revisit that in front of the jury. So I just want to encourage you with regards to your penalty phase testimony. The best thing you can do for your son is just express all of the wonderful characteristics about him. Okay? And how deeply you love him. And how deeply he's loved by his family.
She basically said, like, your son's cooked, but just give us an interview, like, how he was, what type of person is him, like, you know what I'm saying, how he was before this shit happened and shit after this shit, you know what I'm saying, when did you see the signs that this nigga started gangbanging and all type of shit like that, you know what I'm saying, like, so we can see what type of, how we gonna do this nigga, you feel me, like, shit. Crazy.
I hope y'all realize how sad this is. She is still trying to fight as if she can get him out. I don't believe what's been presented is the truth. I don't think he would do something like these happy things too. And you haven't been thinking about all these happy things as a kid. They're judging you for how you are now.
How do you know Sean Gathright?
He's my brother.
What's the age difference between you and Sean?
2 years.
Are you older or younger?
I'm older.
You're older, so he's your baby brother?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell the jury a little bit about your relationship with Sean. Have you guys always got along pretty good?
Yeah, I've never been away from Sean. We grew up together. That's my best friend.
So ever since he was born, you guys were never separated? Because we have heard a lot about your parents in the military and some moving around, but did you guys always stay together?
Yes, we moved a lot, but we've never been apart.
Tell me about Sean's character. What do you love about Sean? You said he's your best friend. What makes him your best friend?
I guess just how little brothers are. They pick on their sisters. He always bothers me, but in the good way. He used to, like when we lived in Mississippi, he would come into my room and he would put on all of my sunglasses, or like, excuse me, he used to take my little TV on my dresser and he would turn it upside down, and I'd be like, why did you do that? And he'll just walk out. I don't know why, but he's a funny person. He's sweet, he's caring.
I don't even talk to no best friend. She getting crushed too. But I ain't gonna lie, fool. This is more clips. I ain't gonna lie. Follow them low key. He could, okay.
He used to do stuff like this with me. Like, he wouldn't do this for anybody else. He wouldn't sit here and pose like that. Yep.
And will you continue to do that?
Of course.
And hopefully, in whatever way possible, could he still be involved in your kids' lives and be an uncle?
Of course.
You have a moment?
Yes.
Ryan, and you try to hold it together as best as you can, that vein busts, and you can't keep that shit together. That's what pain looks like. This is pain. This is pure pain. These are the type of things that are supposed to be shown in juvenile detention centers. These
Do they even still do the goddamn the little scary